On this segment of Talkin' Trash, we're talking about something a lot of our followers have had questions about. Recycling glass.
So, first things first, most glass is totally recyclable, and it can actually be recycled an infinite number of times.
Glass is able to go through the crush-melt cycle endlessly without losing strength or quality. Glass and its cool bestie aluminum cans are some of the only commodities that experience no loss when they go through the recycling process.
Now that you know the basics of glass and that it's definitely recyclable, let's jump into the different ways that you can recycle your glass and how that impacts the glass recyclability. Should we check out our first option? If you've been recycling in the metro for the past couple decades, you probably already know that glass jars and bottles are accepted in your curb cart.
From your curb, the recycling truck lifts your cart with a mechanical arm and tips it into the truck. Once the truck is full, it heads to the material recovery facility where it will be sorted into a glass-only pile from the rest of your recyclables. Glass recovered after the sorting process is too low quality to create new glass products. Instead, it's crushed and used in things like asphalt.
While curbside recycling is convenient, bringing your glass bottles and jars to a glass-only drop-off gives your recycling more opportunities. So let's break into this a little more.
When you drop your glass off at a glass-only drop-off, it bypasses the need to go to the sorting facility altogether. This is good for a few reasons. One, as we mentioned before, it's never introduced to your other recyclables, meaning it has less risk of being contaminated and keeps the glass cleaner. And two, when glass is recycled in your normal single-stream recycling, it can actually be the root of some contamination for your other recyclables.
Now let's see what happens when glass is kept separate in one of these bad boys.
The first benefit of bringing your glass to a drop-off is that you can recycle more kinds. While curbside only accepts glass bottles and jars, the drop-offs will take things like empty candle jars or even drinking vessels like wine glasses or mason jars. When the drop-off is full, we empty the containers into a bunker where the glass is stored until we have enough to transport to the processor. Although inevitably the glass still breaks, when it's kept separate, it doesn't matter where all the little slivers of glass end up because the whole container is going to the same place. With the drop-off method, it's actually best if the glass breaks into smaller pieces so we can fit more in the semi and waste less airspace. Once it makes it to the processor, the glass is crushed, melted down, and recycled into things like fiberglass insulation or new bottles and jars.
While it might seem like a hassle to drop your glass off at one of these glass-only drop-offs, with this method, almost 98% of the glass ends up successfully recycled. What do you think? Did I just shatter your thoughts on glass?
Wow, glass is so complicated.
But it doesn't have to be. Simply stick with the two options.
If you have a glass drop-off located near you, save the glass and drop it off when you have time. We have a full list of our recycling drop-offs online, and we're always looking to expand.
And if you don't, stick with a quick rinse at home and toss it in your cart.
Cheers!